150 years after the end of the Civil War and a half a century after desegregation, the country does remain divided by race to some extent, and it may be getting worse in part because of modern political rhetoric being pushed mostly by one side. Over the weekend, for example, MSNBC political analyst Joan Walsh blamed white racism for the election of Donald Trump.
The really good research that's taken place since the election shows that fear of a changing America is the #1 factor that you can see that really divides a white Trump voter from a white non-Trump voter, that it's fears of brown people, fears of losing the majority.
They don't agree with me because they're racist. You hear that a lot, and it's not helping. The Reverend Jesse Lee Peterson is the founder of the Brotherhood organization of A New Destiny, or BOND. He's also written a book called The Antidote, Healing America from the Poison of Hate, Blame, and Victimhood. The Reverend Peterson joins us tonight. Thanks a lot for coming on. Have you noticed an accelerating tendency to make everything about race, especially in the last year?
I have, and first, thank you for having me on, and happy Independence Day to you. I have to tell you, Tucker, on November 9th, 2016, I woke up early in the morning, turned on Fox News because I wanted the real news. I wanted to check to see if President Trump had won. When I found out that he had won, I went to Cloud 9, and I have been dancing on the ceiling ever since. And the reason for that is because we finally have a government, we have a president who is going to keep his word. He's keeping his word by putting America first. He doesn't care what color you are, if you're male or female. He loves us right. He loves the country. The liberals, people like Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, the far-left liberals, the Democratic Party, and the rhino Republicans do not want that. And so what they're doing, they're using this phony idea of racism in order to keep the people angry and keep them divided. Over the last 50 years, the Democrats have pretty much been in control, and they haven't done anything good for the country. They have nothing to offer. They have nothing to stand on, and so they are desperate. They are angry, and they are desperate. And what they're trying to do, Tucker, they're really going after the president's supporters. If they could turn the president's supporters away from him, then they can destroy the president. So they're using this phony idea of racism. Racism doesn't exist. It has never existed. It has always been a lie. Our problem, our issues in life is good or bad, right or wrong, good versus evil. It has nothing to do with color at all, and they know that.
So you think, like, let's say you were running a city, your party ran it for like 100 years, and you had high crime and very few job opportunities, and you said to the people in your city, you know what, don't be mad at me, be mad at that Confederate monument, or pick some symbolic issue to whip them into, to make them upset at people who weren't running the city. That would be the kind of tactic you're describing?
Yes, sir. Because you cannot control a free people. You can't control a moral people. You have to demoralize them in order to control them. And as I write in my book, The Antidote, Healing America from the Poison of Hate, Blame, and Victimhood, not all, but most black Americans are suffering not due to racism, but the destruction of the family and the lack of moral character. It's about that. And if we dealt with the family issue and the lack of character, black Americans' lives would change overnight. And they don't want that. Look, we gave them a black president. We gave them Barack Obama, a black president, twice. I didn't vote for him, but he's there. And we got worse. Black Americans got worse. Yep. Under Barack Obama than any other time in the history of America. And so if it was a race issue, why didn't they get better? We have a black president. The races are more divided as a result of Barack Obama because he used them for his own personal gain and didn't care about them.
Reverend Jesse Lee Peterson joining us tonight. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that.